So I just got a delivery in from Australia, and this is going to be not a car video, but it's going to be still a project video in a sense, but it's going to be fun. It definitely looks really cool. I'm looking at it right now laid out. Let's get into this one, guys. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be doing a lot of little cool fun stuff with one of the projects I've been talking about doing. A lot of you guys know I announced a few months back the Super RC project and the Switch project. I bought a Nintendo Switch a few months ago. I'm really enjoying it. I've definitely got my money's worth out of it and more. And today we're going to be putting a little bit of a customization touch on it. And a lot of you guys probably wondered why I bought the base black system versus buying the neon system like what Hayden has, or waiting and buying the Pokemon edition that comes out next month, or what have you. And it's because I wanted to do a little personalization touch. I've never done something like this with any of my consoles before, and that is put a skin on it. And I know a lot of you guys are probably screaming right now, oh my gosh, you're putting a skin on the Switch, it's gonna be ruined. This one, I've watched several videos on. This brand is notoriously good about not killing Switches. And plus, I don't plan on taking this off after this. And if I do, it'll be to swap the color out for a different one. And you're probably wondering to yourself already, Jordan, what skin have you picked out? So, here we are. It's a Nintendo Gamecube themed controller. I say Switch Cube, which is what it says on the wrap. But this is through KO Customs Creations out of Australia. This is an Etsy seller. And I've watched a lot of, I've seen pictures of a lot of their other products. They're also the ones who made the Super Famicom skin for this. And the reason I chose the GameCube is a lot of you guys who know me well know the GameCube is a huge part of my life when it comes to my gaming history. I've always been, when it comes to consoles, I was raised as a PlayStation kid. You know, I grew up with a PS2, a PS3, and of course we have a PS4 at the house. But I've always had a bit of a soft side for the GameCube. Primarily due to the fact that when I was in the 3rd grade, I went to an after-school program, and I played the GameCube every day when I went to that after-school program. And I really wanted my own, but my dad being just a big Sony fan, that never happened. So we decided to go later on down the road. I've bought a bunch of Nintendo systems since. You guys know I have the NES, I've got a Game Boy Advance, I've got a Game Boy Color, which is in the kitchen because I found it and batteries were very corroded because I haven't played it in months. It's been a long time. And I've also got parts for a GameCube. I'm getting my own GameCube here very soon, finally, at long last. We have a silver one upstairs, but that's Liam's, not mine. But anyway, I'm using this to customize my Switch. A lot of you guys already know I have this little controller dongle for my Five Below controller. I'm pre-ordering one controller today, and I may buy another one just to get rid of this Five Below controller because it sucks so bad. If I had one of Hayden's controllers here, I'd probably compare the two, but he's currently, probably at the time this video is going up, he's in Mexico right now. So literally, not a car joke this time. But anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to unplug the dongle thing from it. I'm gonna take the cables out from the back of the dock, pull the Switch console out itself, and lay everything out here on my work table. And I'm gonna put the camera on the tripod, play the time lapse of this whole thing, and we're gonna see how it looks when it's done. Let's get into it. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to go through a little bit on what this skin comes with and all this stuff that you should know about when ordering a KO Custom Creation skin. Pardon me as I flip my book bag. So, this is the main skin on the dock. This is what you'll see in the front of the dock. It's nice little indigo. They have other colors available. They have the silver, they have the black, they have the spice orange, which would have been my second choice if I didn't go indigo. But I didn't plan on buying an indigo GameCube until I found out Hayden's going to be giving me one for free once he finds it. But I'm going to be holding on to another one until then. But anyway, as I was saying, this is the front of the dock. This is what you'll see when you're looking at the dock from afar. It'll be blocked, of course, by my adapter here. But these are actually other pieces to the dock. This is on the back of the dock. As you can see right here's the ports for the cables to go through. This is the back door of the dock, all that stuff. We have this little side pieces to the dock here as well. Here is the Joy-Con controller. This is for the grip as well as the normal Joy-Cons themselves. It's got all the holes cut for each little piece. The little lights that go on right here, I don't exactly know what they're for. The controller buttons, the joysticks, all that stuff. This was probably my least favorite part of the skin, and it's why I debated buying version 2 of the skin. But it would have cost me a lot more to buy version 1 of the dock and the console skin than having to buy version 2 of the controller. I was like, I'm just gonna buy everything at once. Plus, I plan on playing with the GameCube controller most of the time anyway. I've already mentioned that before, so that's just gonna be there for now. Then we have the actual console. This is the back of the console. This is what you'll see if you're sitting in front of me while I'm playing the Switch. And this is what actually I will be seeing. And this is the only complaint that I have about this skin, is it appears there may have been some sort of cutting error right there that went through. And I'm not entirely butthurt about it, because it still looks fine. I'm probably not gonna notice it, to be honest. I'm probably gonna barely notice it. If anything, I'll be like, oh well. But I'm not really bummed about it, it's fine, you know. I'm not gonna really get upset about it. But anyway, like I said, tripod, time lapse, let's do it. Alright guys, so it took me an hour, but we're finally done, and everything looks pretty darn good, I'd say, for my first time doing anything like this. I'm gonna have to go back over it a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and reveal it to you guys in its current state. I think you guys might like it. I think it looks really good. Well guys, here she is, the now Nintendo Switch Cube instead of the Switch. But as you can see, I've currently got it docked. I've got the Joy-Con grip off to the side. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this like bonanza of an install that was. The dock came out pretty darn nice. It has a couple bubbles here and there. Everything has a little bit of bubbles here and there, but not stuff I'm necessarily hurt about. I'm one about with some time and some playing and all that stuff, the heat from, I don't know, me playing, because I do get kind of try-hardy. It's probably gonna fix up over time, and as things go on, as time goes on, it's gonna clear out a little bit. But as just on the whole, this thing looks absolutely cool. The dock is, everything I bought was in a gloss finish. I don't like matte finish on anything, so I went ahead and bought the gloss finish. So it looks very nice and shiny, very nice and smooth feeling to touch. Everything just came out really nicely. So here's, like I said, the front plate of the dock. Like I was saying, you're gonna see what would look like the top of a GameCube. You know, you got your disc eject button right here. Of course, this being vinyl doesn't do anything. And you have the cool thing that I like about this, it says Switch Cube right here on top of the console itself. So when you're looking at it, you've got just that right at the top there. I play this a lot in TV mode. I don't play very much portable mode, so it looks kind of cool from that. So then on the back of the dock, so here's the side of the dock as well. This is where the door, you can get your finger in there and open the door, the ports and all that stuff. The HDMI and AC adapter run out of the back there. On the back of the console, you have this really interesting, nice design here. You got the like this very faux embossed kind of Nintendo logo, which looks really cool. It looks like it's engraved in there. We also have the fake vent holes, which everyone knows the GameCube is notorious for the vent holes on the side. This is kind of just to mimic that in the back. It also has cutouts for whatever these hinges, I think, for the door. Of course, when you open the door, it's all much the same back here. Just your AC adapter, all that crap. All right, and then on the other side, you've got the other USB ports, which I'm actually just now finding out about. I did not know these had these, so I could plug that dongle in that I use for my GameCube controllers on this side, versus in the console itself, and I think that's probably what they're meant to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pull the Switch out of the dock here. I usually put the Joy-Cons on for this, but didn't really want to. So this is the console itself. Now, if you have a screen protector, this will work. As you can tell, it just kind of makes this funny line right here. This one does have the $10 Nintendo branded screen protector, which a lot of people say isn't good, but it's done me fine. I just wanted something to fix it and keep it from getting banged up too bad. I can always replace it later with a more expensive tempered glass one down the line. And of course, probably around the same time I change the color, because I may not keep the indigo for very long, and I do really like it. So here's the front of the console, surrounds the screen perfectly. Here's the back. The easiest thing to line up on is the vents. Now, it is the most this is probably the most difficult part. Next, the kickstand actually is a lot harder than you think, because the first time I tried laying it, this little black piece right here that you might see, that was to keep it, because when I did that, it would catch right here where I had the vinyl all the way there, and it didn't exactly reach down here. So there's that. So this is the console itself. I'll put that off to the side. And here is the Joy-Con grip. Now the grip came out pretty The buttons were extremely difficult to put on. You can see it's got some bubbles in it. Like I said, I'm gonna go back over it here soon, probably after I finish filming this, but I just wanted to show you guys this stuff. But the A, B, X, Y, and the directional buttons are a pain in the balls to put on. That's probably what took me so long, is putting those on. Everything lined up pretty good though. The neat factor here are the control sticks. Now originally this was actually what made me debate buying the V2 skin for the controller separately, was because the yellow and the silver or the yellow and the gray going around the control sticks. But all in all, they look actually they're starting to grow on me a little bit. And also a funny thing about this one that some of the other skins I've looked at don't do. Excuse me while I grab the Joy-Con out of the grip here. I have to put you guys like that for a second. Is that the skin actually goes on the back of the grip as well, of the Joy-Con itself as well. Now, I haven't seen a lot of skins that go to that extra mile to run the back. The only ones I haven't seen, they usually don't go across the top here, where the shoulder buttons are, and these don't do that as well. But feels really nice. I actually really prefer the gloss feel versus the matte feel these things usually have. One thing I have noticed, and as you probably saw me do just now, is these things with the vinyl on it is a lot harder to put into their respective places. The console is a lot harder to get in the dock because of the vinyl just rubbing against the rubber or whatever the dock like lineup here is made out of. It's very, very, very strong. It's very, 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 very like stubborn to get in, but it does get in perfectly fine. I've checked it. I've done a few runs with this already. The console itself, putting it in the dock like 3 times to see if it peeled the vinyl up, and it does not. So that's always good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish setting everything back up. I'm gonna hook everything back up to my TV, all that crap, and probably play the Switch a little bit. So hope you guys enjoyed this little video though. It was a lot of fun doing this. First little thing to deal with the Switch. Like I said, I'm getting a Gamecube as well very soon, so this is going to be interesting to see. I'm tempted. Hayden's giving me one for free, and it's also an indigo Gamecube. He'll be loaning me his black one until he finds it. Now he has an orange spice one, which, speaking of Hayden, you guys won't see him at all this week. He's currently in Cozumel. Also, Hayden, if you're somehow watching this with a ShipCat Wi-Fi that was good enough to watch this video, happy birthday. Happy late birthday, I should say. Hayden's birthday was Monday, and he turned 21, so be sure, if you haven't already, go wish him a late happy birthday or happy birthday if you caught it on time on his Instagram, practice_truth, right after this video, because he's a really good friend. He's going to be probably one of those guys I hang out with for the rest of my life. You know, him and Michael both, and, you know, the rest of the crew as always. Him and Michael are just like that epitome of like friends I feel like I'm going to hang on to forever, and they're always going to be with me. You know, of course, the others are just the same, but those two in particular I just wanted to point out. Of course, I can't forget the others as well, but, you know, anyway, all that said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a fantastic rest of your week. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Hopefully this video came out good. I don't know. Computer's still messed up. But anyway, thank you guys again. See you guys next video.